In a dramatic turn of events, King Charles III made headlines across the globe with a historic announcement that sent shockwaves through both the monarchy and the public. During a grand public speech at Buckingham Palace, with a large crowd of royal enthusiasts and political experts watching intently, Charles revealed that his daughter-in-law, Princess Catherine, would ascend to the title of Queen. This declaration, made with an air of confidence and decisiveness, stunned the audience and sent ripples through the royal establishment. It was a break from centuries of tradition, and the implications of such a shift were far-reaching. The news came during what was expected to be a typical royal meeting, one where the monarchy's future was discussed in vague terms. But as Charles walked toward the famous balcony, flanked by his family and advisors, a palpable sense of suspense filled the air. Faces in the crowd were filled with disbelief as they absorbed the shocking revelation. Queen Camilla would be replaced by someone many hadn't anticipated, Princess Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge. The murmurs of surprise grew louder as the implications of the announcement began to settle in. While this unexpected shift left many stunned, it did not come entirely out of nowhere. Queen Camilla, who had recently ascended to the throne as Queen Consort, would no longer hold the title of Queen in the traditional sense. However, her absence from the public eye would not mean a disappearance from royal life altogether. Instead, Camilla was expected to take on a more subtle role, one that mirrored the quieter, supportive position that Prince Philip had held during his later years. It was a decision that reflected both the realities of age and the monarchy's evolving dynamics. Camilla, having bonded with Charles while facing her own personal challenges such as battling cancer in the previous year, would now take a backseat, allowing Catherine to step forward as the monarchy's future queen. Charles's decision not to provide Catherine with direct advice on how to become queen raised eyebrows, as many had expected a more collaborative approach. The monarch, however, was adamant that he did not want to imply that his reign was nearing its end. The royal family, after all, had long been shrouded in the belief that the passing of the crown would be a gradual process, marked by the steady hand of tradition. By making this bold declaration, Charles seemed to signal a shift in the royal order, one that embraced the future rather than clinging to the past. The king's admiration for Princess Catherine was well known. He had been deeply impressed by her grace, resilience, and commitment to royal duties, qualities that had earned her the respect of the British public and the royal family alike. It was no surprise, then, when Charles bestowed upon her the prestigious honor of becoming a Royal Companion of Honor, a title reserved for those who had made a significant contribution to British society. This gesture was a clear sign of Charles's faith in Catherine's ability to help carry the monarchy forward. Despite the public admiration for Princess Catherine, the relationship between her and Camilla had often been seen as more complex. Unlike the close bond Catherine shared with King Charles, her relationship with Camilla was characterized by a sense of mutual respect rather than a deep, personal connection. In fact, many royal insiders noted that Catherine and Camilla, while cordial, had not shared the same level of intimacy that Catherine had with her father-in-law. As such, it was unlikely that Catherine would be seeking advice from Camilla about becoming queen. Camilla, at 77, was no longer a young woman, and like her husband, she seemed reluctant to discuss the reality of her own mortality. This hesitation may have influenced her reluctance to pass on advice to the future queen, despite the obvious benefit of offering guidance in such a momentous transition. The absence of such advice, however, did not signal a lack of faith in Catherine. Rather, it reflected the monarchy's evolving role, one where the future of the crown would be shaped by new, younger hands. On January 9, Princess Catherine celebrated her 43rd birthday, and the occasion was marked by a heartfelt tribute from the Wales family. A black-and-white portrait of Catherine was shared with the public, a gesture that spoke volumes about her place in the royal family and her future role as queen. But beneath the surface, many saw this as a subtle indication of the changing tides within the monarchy. With her poised demeanor, strong public image, and growing popularity, Catherine was increasingly seen as the future of the British royal family. Reports had begun to surface suggesting that Catherine's influence would extend far beyond her role as wife and mother. There were whispers that she was preparing to take on a more active role in shaping the future of the monarchy, especially as Prince William, her husband, appeared to be seizing the opportunity to prepare himself for the crown sooner than expected. With his father's health in question and his increasing responsibilities, William seemed determined to make decisions that would benefit the monarchy in the long run, even if it meant breaking with tradition. The announcement of Camilla's health scare came at a particularly delicate time. Buckingham Palace had confirmed that Queen Camilla had developed a serious infection, prompting medical professionals to recommend an extended period of rest. Several royal engagements were postponed as a result, including some of the monarchy's most cherished traditions. The palace's official statement was brief, but it fueled a wave of curiosity and concern both within the UK and beyond. The Queen's absence from royal duties was noticeable, and the public, having grown accustomed to her steady presence, was left wondering about the future of the monarchy. This health crisis, coupled with her age, prompted renewed discussions about the demands of the royal role and whether it was time for Camilla to take a step back. Many believed that, at her age, it might be reasonable for her to consider retirement, or at least a more low-key position. As Camilla focused on her health, Princess Catherine's gesture of support toward the Queen did not go unnoticed. Sources close to the Wales family revealed that Catherine had privately reached out to members of Camilla's inner circle, offering comforting words and seeking updates on her condition. This act of kindness spoke volumes about Catherine's character and the solidarity within the royal family during times of hardship. In the face of unexpected challenges, the royal family had come together, offering a rare glimpse into the unity that still existed behind the palace walls. The health scare of Queen Camilla, along with the shifting power dynamics, highlighted the pressures and uncertainties faced by the monarchy. But it also revealed a deep sense of resilience, as members of the royal family stood by each other during moments of crisis. Princess Catherine's compassionate response to the situation had earned her public admiration, reinforcing the image of the royal family as a united front, despite the occasional public discord. The British public, who had watched with bated breath as the monarchy navigated its changing landscape, now found themselves at the center of an evolving royal narrative, one where Princess Catherine's future role as queen was beginning to take shape, and the monarchy itself was poised for a new era. As the public awaited further updates on Camilla's health, the future of the British royal family seemed uncertain, but one thing was clear: the monarchy was not static. It was a living institution, evolving with the times, and the transition from Queen Consort to Queen Catherine was a clear indication of that. Whether the public was ready for this change or not, the monarchy was moving forward, and with it, a new chapter in royal history was being written.